You're gonna become aware of someone quite sneaky, you're gonna become aware of someone quite cheeky, and you're gonna become aware of someone quite dishonest. Indeed, this is exactly how your week it's actually going to start. But bear with me, because this is actually going to be really, really good for you indeed. This reading is in between the 9th and the 15th of January 2023, my gorgeous Pisces. Indeed. So at the beginning of this week, you're gonna find out and you're gonna become aware of someone who is quite sneaky, someone who is quite cheeky, and that in itself, it's really gonna be an end of something in your life. And when I say that this is going to signify the end of something in your life, this is gonna push you towards the path that you should be on. This is gonna push you towards the stage of your life that you should be focusing right now. So therefore, it's really going to help you so much to make an important decision. This in itself, this person, this sneaky person, this cheeky person, it's actually gonna play such a mind-blowing role in your life. So it's not about you feeling down, it's not about you feeling negative, it's not about you feeling sad, or it's not about you feeling upset. No, baby, no. It's actually going to be completely opposite. You're gonna open up so much after this moment in time, and you will know that you can trust only to yourself when it comes to making really big and important decisions in your life. So of course that following your own intuition is the way, but the bottom line is, when you become aware of this person, you know that person is going to play such a huge role when it comes to you making one of the best and most powerful and most important decisions of your life, because this in itself is going to start the process of change. This in itself is going to really, you're going to be left with absolutely no option but to trust yourself and do something so big and so important, what you wanted to do in such a long time. So this is all going to contribute towards you doing what you wanted to do in absolute ages. So therefore, this is, my gorgeous Pisces, a starting process of a rather sacred transformations in your life. So the process of transformation is going to start here right now. Which means that this is not going to be a good week to actually invest into things when it comes to finances and things like that. When it comes to investments and putting big money, if you have it or if you can, towards something, or signing a really big contract, I wouldn't do it this week, you know. So this is the week in between the 9th and the 15th of January. So after the 15th of January, from the 16th of January onwards, it's fine. But if it comes to like a really big, like kind of investments and things like that, I would just leave it out, because it's not the best or the wisest thing to actually do at the time of transformation. At the time of transformation, we need to reflect. At the time of transformation, we need to kind of focus on things that mean to us the most. We need to quiet certain things around us, you know, by just focusing on things that mean to us, by kind of also like by planning a lot, because you will realize as soon as you sit down and start kind of planning, like, oh my god, there's so many ideas that are going to come to you that they would normally never come to you. So this is what you normally get, you know, out of the time of when we are actually going through transformation. It's a very, very powerful stage indeed. So this is not only going to start the process of transformation, but it's really going to inspire you. It's going to bring so much determination into your life. But you will know, you will be determined to do something you wanted to do in an absolute ages. I hope you understand what am I talking about, because this is going to be big. This is the time when your spirit is coming back to yourself, and this is the time when you're reconnecting with your soul purpose. So it's to do with something you wanted to do in an absolute ages, my gorgeous Pisces, but you seem to have been kind of waiting for the right moment in time. We must never wait for the right moment in time, and we must never like kind of slow ourselves down with things that are keeping us going, that are driving our passion. You know, it's to do with things that we are passionate about, but it's also to do with things that we hold in for way too long. So now, my gorgeous Pisces, you know, it's like this determination that I'm talking about. It's really a lot to do with you really kind of just, you know, doing what you wanted to do in an absolute ages, but at the same time you cannot rush things whatsoever. What you need to remember is you still need to follow certain rules. This is very important. And when I say that you need to follow certain rules, at around that time, you know, you're going to realize that there is a very important sacrifice that you're also going to need to make. And this is why you need a little bit of time, and this is why you must not rush with this whatsoever, because, you know, every step of the way you're gonna learn and you're gonna realize something new. And the reason why I say this, you're gonna be able to reflect in this week on things, you know, in a completely different way. You're gonna be surprised with your own wiseness, but you're also gonna be surprised with so many little directions that you're actually gonna be getting through your own intuition. So it's important to follow that voice within. So it's all going to lead towards you kind of like after that moment in time, you will know what sacrifice do you need to make, what adjustment do you need to make. This is a good sacrifice, not a bad sacrifice. This is a good sacrifice because you will know that if you don't make that sacrifice, you're not going to be able to make this take this on. So the fact that you are going to have a completely different perspective on certain things that have been holding you down for so long, just because of that sneaking person, and it's all going to start with that sneaking person, and it's all going to lead towards you having completely different perspective on certain things that were scaring you so much. Now you're going to find them rather challenging, and this is brilliant. So you will know that you need to come up with a plan how you're actually going to do this, my gorgeous Piscelini. You need to come up with a plan, and then somebody kind of pretty much so who is very wise, a person who's very wise, very clever, somebody who is like kind of in your life, but it's not physically in your life. Maybe somebody who you listen to, maybe somebody who you watch, maybe somebody who you connect to on that particular level, like a psychic, or somebody extremely intuitive, but somebody who's also been rather persistent in your life in that particular way. You will kind of like be able to understand and remember what that person said, or you're gonna be watching that person at around the time, and through that person you are gonna have such a mind-blowing experience. That person is gonna like kind of like almost as if you're gonna feel something so personal, like that person is talking right to you. And at the same time, when you realize this, you know, there is also gonna be the advice that you're actually going to get from that person, and the advice you're gonna feel like that person is just telling you directly, but it's not really directly, but it kind of is through the power of the actual synchronicity. This is important because you will understand some kind of wise, like you will understand that you are doing wise things, but right now, and this is going to kind of going to make you feel even more confident. But most importantly, it's about the wise advice that you are going to gain through that person. Some kind of wise advice, something that is going to be on your mind, and it's to do with all these things that I said. That particular spiritual person in your life who is consistent, it's going to mention, it's going to say, and you're going to be like, oh my God, this is definitely my message. This is definitely my message. And at the same time, you know, this is going to bring you so much clarity, and it's going to put you in a mode like where you want to seek like kind of more of some kind of a truth as well at the same time. But it's more about having a wise advice, which is going to make you feel like what you're doing right now, it's extremely smart indeed, but at the same time, it's just basically going to make your mind a really strong, especially when it comes to you sticking to the certain plan. Sticking to the certain plan is so important right now at this stage of your life. And let me tell you something else, my gorgeous Piscelini. When it comes to the first part of this week, listen to me very carefully, especially in between the 9th, especially the 9th of January, 10th of January, 9th, 10th, 11th, and the 12th. 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. 9th of January, 10th of January, 11th of January, and the actual 12th of January. These few days, please, you need to, I beg you, just to pay attention to what is going to be on your mind the very first thing in the morning. These few days, there is something unusual going to be on your mind. You are going to get a mind-blowing guidance. These are all part of your direction. direction. And this mind-blowing guidance that you're going to have in these few days, it's all going to be like consisting of you just kind of like like as soon as you open your gorgeous eyes in the morning, there is something specific going to be on your mind within these few days. A few different things. Every morning, it's going to be something different on your mind. And this, for the love of God, you need to take on. You need to understand through your subconscious mind, it's coming from somewhere else, and it's just like kind of elevating itself until you realize its importance. You're going to be blown away. What is going to happen? You're going to be blown away. You're literally going to be blown away. So let's say on the 9th of January in the morning, you wake up and you have a message, oh, I need to go to the shop and buy milk. For example, I need to go to the shop and buy milk. You know, and you're like, why is this on my mind? I need to go to the shop and buy milk. Do you know what I mean? Like first thing in the morning, it's on my mind to go to the shop and buy milk, you know? So basically, you need more milk or something. But then again, if this was the first thing on your mind, see what is going to happen. It's going to be crazy in a good way. So let's say you just go and buy milk. And that's the first priority number one that you need to do that day. You go and buy a milk. You go to the shop and you buy a milk. You will see what is going to happen to you on your way to the shop, for example, or what is going to happen to you when you buy the actual milk. Something really mind-blowing is going to happen. Nothing to do with the milk, nothing to do with you buying a milk, but it's you reading this absolutely mind-blowing, wise scripture, sacred scripture. This is how you read in between the lines. So it's not about buying a milk, it's not about going to the shop, but it's actually what is going to happen to you. It's not going to be related to the milk or shop or anything like that, but it's going to lead towards a mind-blowing, out of this world experience. Do you see what I mean? So let's say on the 10th of January, you wake up in the morning and you feel like, oh, I really need to go, I need to go to the gym, I want to go and work out, for example. And then you just like literally, you just like go and shower, whatever, you know, and then you go to the gym, you know, and then something amazing is going to happen, and it's nothing to do with the gym. So this is what you need to understand. You just have to, for the love of God, follow these directions, because they are part of the sacred scripture when it comes to your life, my gorgeous Pisces, and it's to do with you trusting yourself and just following this path and see where this is going to get you. This is absolutely mind-blowing indeed. By you following these 4 different things, you know, within these few days that I said, by you following 9, 10, 11, 12, by you following these few different things, by the time you get to the 15th of January 2023, by the time you get to the last day, you will also see a brand new opportunity which is going to present itself. This is going to be mind-blowing time, but that opportunity wouldn't present itself if you didn't do what was on your mind. You see, it's important, because otherwise you wouldn't even notice this. Do you see how much more there is to this? Like, oh my God. And also, my gorgeous Pisces, when it comes to the first part of this week, you know, it's about a lot of like kind of like a brilliant success in your life, really, because you know you are going to become aware of the certain accomplishments as well. So it's not about like a cheeky person and all that. No, baby, no. But there are some other accomplishments that you're going to become aware of. But why am I getting really excited is that you are going to have a pretty much so amazing epiphanies, okay, throughout these weeks. This is something also that you need to understand. You're going to have like a brilliant epiphanies that are going to lead towards like a magical opportunities. This is also something I wanted you to mention. I wanted to mention to you. And also, you know, just remember that you are free to do whatever you want. Just remember, especially at the beginning of this week, you're free to do whatever you want, my gorgeous Pisces. Do not forget that whatsoever. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Pisces, it's pretty much so you are, you know, gonna feel quite defensive and maybe a little bit stroppy and maybe a little bit negative, because something is like kind of, you're gonna become aware of something is gonna be exposed to you. It's some kind of revelation that you're going to become aware of at around the mid-week. There is some kind of revelation that you're going to have. There is something that you're going to become fully aware of, something that you didn't know before, and that in itself, it's really kind of going to make you feel a little bit defensive, but then again, almost in instantly you're going to realize, oh my God, you know what, I'm actually kind of like getting a very strong and positive vibe. So first of all, you're going to feel defensive, or you're going to find out, where you're going to realize, but almost instantly, just out of the blue. So first of all, it's like going to be like a mixture of emotions, you know, like, oh my God, what's going on, what's happening? But very soon you will be able to level up with that. So first of all, you're going to feel defensive, and then almost instantly, almost instantly you are going to get a very strong and positive vibes. Your spirit is going to start rising, and that in itself, it's really kind of going to put you in an exciting mode, and you are going to realize that it's time to leave something behind. You're going to realize how many things you are already like kind of unhappy with around you, but not in a bad way, not in a negative way. This is more about you finding yourself yet again on a powerful, mind-blowing spiritual quest where you will just literally want more out of life. So here you will decide to make kind of big life changes, and I like it so much. Because it's going to inspire you like never before. You're going to be so inspired now to make big life changes, and I like it so much. And then even more so, you're actually going to have a vision. You know, you're gonna have a vision like very soon after this moment in time. You're either gonna be looking at the nature, or you're either going to be surrounded by the nature, or you're either gonna be doing something really spiritual, or maybe you're gonna be meditating, maybe you're gonna be like kind of playing with your crystals. However, you are gonna be in this very much so relaxed state of mind, you know, and this vision is just gonna come to you like completely out of the blue. And when I say that the vision is going to come to you, it's more about like, oh my God, how you want your life to be. Everything is going to start making sense. Everything that you've been through over the last 2 or 3 years, everything is going to start making sense. But most importantly, this vision that you're going to have, it's going to be mind-blowing. And this vision, it's about your future and how you want your life to be. But you're going to be surprised with yourself, because there's so many other things that are going to be part of that vision that are going to be so attractive now that you're not going to be able to stop thinking about. And this is a clear sign, and it is a clear sign that, you know, you've been through so much, and you're spiritual, you know, you've learned so much over the last 2 or 3 years, but you were just waiting for this right moment in time. And when it comes to that vision, you must not let this put you off. When it comes to that vision about how you want your future to be, you're going to start feeling so excited. Oh my God, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? It's like I told you, spirit is going to be rising, baby. You know, that's how you're going to be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm so excited, I'm so optimistic. Oh my God, I can't wait. And this is brilliant, because every single time when you jump out of your own excitement, every single time you heal a little part of you as well at the same time. But what you must not forget you must not let put you off that it is going to be a bit of a steady progress, and it is going to be like a kind of hard work. But when you become aware of this is a very good sign. You should definitely go for it and do it. And just remember to stick to that particular plan as well. Very important indeed. And also, when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous Piscelini, please do, for the love of God, try to pay attention to like what addiction you may have. It's very important for you to understand. Not for you to understand like you don't understand, but it's just like basically a lot to do with the fact that, you know, that the actual addictions can come in so many different ways. And I think something that you've been addicted to, it's going to become obvious at around the midweek. All you need to do is just acknowledge it. Oh yeah, I've got an addiction to this, I've got an addiction to that. All you need to do is do that, and then take it from there. But don't say like, oh, whatever, yeah, I like it, or whatever, you know, because you're just going to slow it down. The reason why am I saying this, and why it's important for you to acknowledge your own addiction, is that you are, because it's January, we are so much more powerful when it comes to us healing ourselves. We can always heal ourselves, of course, but at the same time, there are certain months that that are kind of making the vibration and energy a bit different, a bit more powerful. So when it comes to January, the power of manifestation, it's like, ooh la la, very, very strong. And at the same time, when it comes to us healing ourselves, you know, we are kind of able to heal ourselves much quicker and much sooner. So at this stage, as soon as you become aware of something that you may be addicted to, all you need to do is just acknowledge it. By acknowledging this, you're already halfway there. Okay, so this is so important. You're already halfway there. The power of us healing ourselves, it's going to be enormous when it comes to the month of January 2023. So you need to make the most of it. And also at the same time, you know, my gorgeous Pisces, it's like you are gonna have at around the midweek, you're gonna have a very exciting, like a kind of like opportunity that is a really kind of gonna make you aware of that. Once you take this opportunity on, you will be able to get something very special for yourself or buy something very special for yourself. So when it comes to the finances, this is something that it's going to be very attractive for you indeed, because almost instantly you will kind of reflect on what you want to get for yourself. So this is always a good sign as well. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Pisces, it's like, oh my God, like by the time you get to the last part of this week, I don't even want to say, I don't even know how to say this, not even one, but two reasons to celebrate. Okay, not even one, but two enormous reasons to celebrate. And I like it so much. You know, the reason number one is because your financial situation, something that you were worrying about when it comes to your finances, is coming to an end. Very good news about something specific that you were worrying about your finances. And this is going to put a massive smile on your face. It's gonna give you a huge reason to celebrate because you have accomplished this. You are the one who has done this, you know. You are the one who kind of worked really hard. You are the one who worked towards it, you know what I mean? So this is gonna mean to you so much, because at the same time you will know that you are gonna be able to do something so big, so enormous, so big when it comes to your home or immediate environment. You will be so super excited indeed. So one reason for celebrate is going to be the fact that your financial situation is going to kind of start looking up. It's going to be much better. And another reason for celebration as well that you are going to have, it's a lot to do with an important conclusion. Okay, and this conclusion that you are going to have, what you're going to realize, it's also at the same time going to kind of like a really make you is gonna give you a power and a confidence and strength, you know, so much to the point where you will know exactly what do you need to do in order now to speed up the certain process, to speed up something in your life that was just dragging for way too long. So this is gonna mean to you quite so much, because at the same time this is all gonna lead towards you making such an important decision when it comes to your development. You know, you are going to be making a very kind of smart and wise choice indeed, because you are going to find yourself being a little bit indecisive. But then again, at the same time, you know, it is someone very special in your life, somebody who understands you really well, somebody who's physically in your life, like your friend or your family member. You know, you are going to have a very important conversation with them, and it's going to mean to you so much for you to kind of, for them to agree with what you are working on, what you're trying to do, because you are going to be thinking about a very big and important choice at around the end of the week, you know, and somebody in your life, it's really going to play an important role when it comes to them kind of like acknowledging this and understanding this. You know, I'm not saying that you need to ask people what to do, but it's just to do with someone very special and very beautiful in your life who's completely going to understand you, and this is going to mean to you so much. It's a lot to do with the power of cooperation, with the power of love, and with the power of beautiful people in in our lives indeed. So remember that by the end of this week, you are going to make such an important decision, and this is to do with your development. And also, you know, I know you're not going to like it what I'm going to say now, but at around the end of the week now, suddenly you're also going to feel very angry and negative about someone really specific in your life, about somebody who hurt you like a long time ago. I know it's easy for me to say forgive and forget, but I'm sorry, you're gonna have to forgive and forget. This is actually a really good sign. I know it's easy for me to say because I don't know what personally they did to you, but it's not about that person. It's about you, it's about your spiritual journey, and it's about you releasing this amount of huge negative energy. This is going to be so good. After that moment in time, you will see things that you didn't see before. You will find out things that you didn't know before. And this in itself, it's like so important for you to release that person. That's the last little bit of challenge that I'm asking you to actually do. It's just so important. And if you carry on being bitter, or if you carry on being negative, you are just the one who's like kind of holding yourself down with this huge amount of negative energy. So this is the time when you're going to release yourself, and there's so many new things that are going to come to you after that moment in time. Okay, so this is something that I just need you to remember. And also, my gorgeous Piscelinic, you know, it's like you just need to remember, like, to kind of like also that at the end of the week, you know, follow your passion, you know, and follow those things that are making you feel extremely confident about yourself, about your life. Follow those things that are making you feel extremely charismatic. You know, this is important because all those things are very soon are gonna lead towards events that are gonna require immediate actions, you know, and this can only come from you knowing what this is by trusting your instincts. You know, by trusting your instincts, you're going to stay focused. By staying focused, you're going to stay grounded. You're going to be grounded. By being grounded, you are going to be able to reflect on those things that make you feel passionate about your life. Indeed, you know, this is such an important week, my gorgeous Piscelini. I cannot describe, I cannot even explain this whatsoever. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.